Ooh, hello. It's time for our show today. Lots of news. Some huge news in the world of trading cards. So, had to do a show because apparently eBay wasn't happy with the dominant position that they were already in, that they decided, well, let's just go buy one of, arguably one of our biggest competitors when it comes to trading cards. So, yeah, that's what they did. Lots of other news though besides that, but that's the big one, so it makes sense that we're going to have to cover that, huh? Yeah, we're going to have to do it. It's I did a video about it a few days ago, an unplanned video because it surprised a lot of people. We were just like, "Whoa, what just happened here?" Yeah, it was pretty wild. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you do at this point. Uh, yeah, eBay, yes, that eBay purchased TCGPlayer. That's right, the marketplace TCGPlayer. It says here for a reported $295 million. It's a decent chunk of change right there, and I kind of went over the basics of it in the video that I did a few days ago. But the biggest thing that I think that hasn't really been discussed yet is kind of what's going to happen with the fallout from the purchase. Which some of you may be like, well, what do you mean fallout? This is, I've seen a lot of people arguing that this is going to be a good thing. I've seen people arguing that it's going to be a bad thing. And then there are people in the middle who are just like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. And the thing is, I kind of already know. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. I kind of already, just from my experience in the corporate world, I kind of have a pretty good idea about how all this is going to go down. So a lot of this stuff that I'm going to say here while we're talking about the acquisition is going to be from me directly, from my experience. There may or may not be any kind of signs that this is actually going to happen. But having been in the corporate world myself, I can say with pretty much absolute certainty that some of this stuff that I'm going to talk about today regarding this purchase is going to happen. And it's not good. So, anyway, let's get to it. Yeah. eBay is acquiring a trading card marketplace TCGPlayer for up to $295 million. So about $300 million. Again, if you watch the video, you all already know what the basics of it are. eBay is pretty much buying them out. They will own the company wholly. So it's not just like a percentage that they're buying. No, they're buying the whole thing. The CEO, Chetty Hampson, for TCGPlayer, of course, he tried to spin this as a good thing, which, of course, is in his benefit. I'm pretty sure that it was in the contracts for the sale of TCGPlayer that he would say some positive things, which, again, like I said in the video the other day, I can't blame him for wanting to go ahead and cash in and just take his money and bolt, because essentially that's what's going to happen. If you think that Chetty is going to be around, Chetty is the CEO right here. It says right here. Chetty is the CEO. And I can tell you right now that once this is all settled out and the whole acquisition and everything is completely done, just dropping by before I gotta go to a Pokemon card tournament. How dare you go to a Pokemon card tournament? I'm kidding. Go have fun. Be safe. But yeah, the CEO, he is basically cashing out at the right time. That's really what he's doing here. Which, again, I can't fault him from a business standpoint. I can't fault him for that because it's a good move. It really is. 2020 and 2021 saw just ridiculous growth in trading card games. Just absolutely ridiculous growth. I can only imagine how much money TCGPlayer made in 2020 and 2021. It must have been just astronomical. And when you have that kind of revenue that I'm pretty sure TCGPlayer had, and again, I don't have numbers because it's not publicly available, unfortunately, but when you have that kind of revenue coming in and you've got a boom happening in the market, especially with regard to Pokemon was, oh my gosh, Pokemon was huge there. I mean, it's still big, but there was definitely a bubble there for 2020 and 2021. It was a massive Pokemon bubble. So that really helped push things along. And of course, we had the whole pandemic thing, which made people stay home. They needed something to do. Some people got into card games, be it Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or what have you. So they made a ton of money. And sellers like myself, I'm a seller on TCGPlayer and a tiny bit on eBay. We saw some benefit of that too, because again, more people staying at home means we're selling more cards. So you can only imagine that for 2021, the books for TCGPlayer as far as their revenue and possible profit is probably insane in a good way. They must have made a ton of money. So at that point, I'm pretty sure the CEO was like, well, I think we're kind of hitting the end here, because, these bubbles only last for so long. They usually last for about 12 to 18 months. And then you start to see a very slow kind of downturn. And then before you know it, it just kind of falls off a cliff. We've already passed that point. However, I believe that Chetty and eBay started having these talks about this acquisition at least a couple months ago, at least. Because again, like I said, Chetty, he's in the industry. He knows how trading card games work. He knows about the ebbs and flows. He knows what to watch. So he knew that it was, pretty much the end of the bubble. So he's like, well, I can sell to eBay right now and say to them, hey, look at our revenues for 2020 and 2021. Our company is worth a ton of money right now, which is true to a certain extent. So he's like, hey, you want to buy us out? And eBay was like, sure. Offered about 300 million. Chetty took it. It was a great time to sell. It's like imagine owning a house, and we're in the middle of like this massive housing bubble where housing prices are just like through the roof. Like you paid maybe say $100,000 for your house, but because of all the stuff that's going on in the country, suddenly your house is worth like 3 times that much. Nobody would blame you for selling, because that's a huge amount of money to go from something you paid $100,000 for and you could sell it and make 3 times your money. Can't blame you for that. That's kind of what Chetty did, is he knew that the bubble was ending. So he went ahead. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, Meme Lord. Chetty knew that it was going to be the end of the road. So he's like, well, if I'm going to cash out, I need to cash out right now. So that's what he did. He cashed out, sold for just under 300 million to eBay. Like I said, from a business perspective, excellent freaking move. Excellent. He did it at the right time. However, it's good for him, but not necessarily good for his employees. And we're going to get into that right now, actually, as to why it isn't necessarily a good thing for his company. The biggest reason why a lot of people, such as myself, stopped selling so much on eBay and moved over to places like TCGPlayer, because TCGPlayer, for one, was more specialized. They had a better system set up, and their fees were cheaper. Their fees were, in a lot of cases, much cheaper, because like one little joke that's kind of made the circles for years now is people who still use eBay. We don't call it eBay anymore. We call it Feebay. It's really kind of a stupid, anyways, but it gets the message across. That eBay, they kept raising their fees and it got to be untenable. It's so hard to make money on eBay now. It's ridiculous. So most people that I know that deal in large amounts of, you know, trading cards and that kind of stuff, we started moving over to places like TCGPlayer. Some people moved to Channel Fireball. There's a few other smaller marketplaces out there, but TCGPlayer was the biggest one. And the first thing I think that we're going to start seeing here as far as sellers go is eBay, once they fully take over, we're going to see our fees increase, which is going to suck. And again, they're saying straight up that, oh, we're just going to let TCGPlayer operate on its own, and they're going to do their own thing, and we're going to be very hands-off. Again, I've been in the corporate world. I've heard this corporate speak, and I can tell you right now that it's absolute 100% bull stuff. It's just absolute BS. So I can tell you right now, it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It won't even happen next month, but it's going to happen. I would say about 6 to 12 months from now, just keep an eye on TCGPlayer. There's going to be a fee increase. And at first, it's going to be small. It's going to be small. It's going to be like 0.25% or 0.5%. And most people would be like, oh, well, that's not that much. Dude, when you're talking about, you know, filling thousands of orders and dealing with tens of thousands of dollars, 0.5% adds up really fast. And again, that comes right out of the seller's pockets. And that 0.5%, again, I have no proof that this is going to happen. This is just me talking. But that's just to start. It's just to start, because I believe as time goes on, they're gonna push it all the way to 1%. They're gonna raise fees by 1%. Before you know it, it's gonna be an extra 1.5%, and it's gonna be just like working on eBay. Because again, the biggest reason why I chose TCGPlayer, if I'm not mistaken, their fee right now is about 10%, which is still in my eyes a little high, but it's less than eBay. But I can tell you right now, a couple of years from now on TCGPlayer, if eBay has their way, that fee is going to go up to like 13%. Which again, some people may think, well, it's only 3%. What does that matter? You have no idea how thin margins are on trading cards. There are sales where, no joke, and I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, those of you who've been watching and listening for a while now. I've mentioned that on something like 50 to 60% of my sales, I don't make money. I just don't. But it basically, it's me moving inventory and it's bringing some money in, but there is no profit there. So if that's happening on 50 to 60% of my orders as it is right now, then if you raise the fees by, 2 or 3%, suddenly now I'm losing money on all of those orders, which is going to really suck. And of course, a person who is outside of the card business would probably say, well, why don't you just raise your prices? Oh, believe me, many of us have thought that before. Oh, just raise your prices. It's not that easy, because you would be surprised how many people will bypass your store if your cards are listed even a penny or two higher. Even a penny or two higher. Like if you sell a card for 25 cents and the person, a couple of other stores that show up on the same search page that you may be on, sell theirs for 24 cents, they're going to go with the 24 cents. And even then, that's being nice, because there are so many cards out there that literally sell for a penny. I mean, you can't drop a price lower than a penny now, can you? You just can't do that. And I purposely don't price my cards at a penny, only unless they're damaged. And then I'm just trying to move the inventory. But yeah, the lowest I generally go is 5 cents. But there are other people out there that are just so desperate for sales, they will put cards from brand new sets that just came out at a penny. I don't understand why they do that. Some sellers, I guess, like I said, they're just desperate for sales. They're desperate to recapture that money. Usually because the release periods for for new TCG sets and games and stuff is so tight. Like, for instance, it's only been, what, 2 or 3 weeks since that new Yu-Gi-Oh set came out. What is it, Force of the Elements or something? I forget exactly what it's called. But yeah, it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks. And guess what? There's already a new set out. Already a new set. In fact, officially, I believe it came out yesterday or today. New set is already out for Yu-Gi-Oh! So for any stores out there that, say, bought like 2 or 3 cases of that new Yu-Gi-Oh! Set a few weeks ago, they got to move that now. They got to move all that inventory so they can buy into this new set. And that happens in every card game. Yu-Gi-Oh! And especially Magic the Gathering. That happens a lot. So we have to recover that money relatively quickly. But at the same time, it's kind of dumb because now we're shortchanging ourselves by selling cards for a penny. But anyways, that's one of the big things that's going to happen, basically, is that eBay is going to raise prices. They say they won't. Believe me, they will. Second, as far as the employees over at TCGPlayer, they know it's coming. There are going to be layoffs. People are going to get laid off. Again, it's not going to happen today or tomorrow or even next week, but it's going to start happening. There is a lot of overlap between the companies as far as eBay and TCGPlayer. Like, think of what TCGPlayer is as far as their employment status or the people that they have on staff. They have an HR team. They have executives, certain people that do very specific jobs. And eBay already has that. So why would they want to keep them around? So any HR people over at TCGPlayer right now, they're probably dusting off the resume because they know there's a very good chance it's going to happen because they themselves work in HR and they know how it works. They know it's coming. Not only that, but again, just as most companies do whenever they get acquired, the fat is going to get trimmed. So they are going to start getting rid of people that they think are superfluous. So yeah, there definitely will be layoffs. So kind of feel bad for the people over at TCGPlayer a bit. Again, like I said, Chetty, he's making out like a bandit. He really is. He's taken off with all that millions of dollars. But his employees, yeah, they're kind of. I hope he does something for them, or maybe again, I don't know if this is happening or not, but maybe knowing that people would eventually get let go, maybe he got in there with eBay and said, "Look, I know you're eventually going to lay people off. Let's at least get them a good severance package." I hope he did something like that. I don't know if he did. But let's hope that he set up a severance package. So anybody that gets laid off within like the first 2 years or something gets like a certain amount of money, and they help them find other employment, that kind of stuff. But again, I don't know if that's none of the intricacies of the deal have been released, so I have no idea if that's going to happen. So those are the two biggest things that I can think of as far as why this is going to be bad. Consolidation is happening right now because again, we're seeing a downturn even in the gaming industry right now. There is a lot of acquisitions going on right now. EA is looking to get bought right now. Activision Blizzard just got purchased by Microsoft. Bethesda just got purchased by Microsoft. There's a lot of gaming companies, big gaming companies, that are getting sold. And so you're seeing a lot of this stuff happening because there's just a lot of players out there, and of course, all the bigger guys are just gobbling everybody up. So that's what's happening. But, yeah, I'm not terribly excited about this. If I'm being very honest with you guys, I'm already looking for another place to possibly start doing some selling. Because, like I said, I know it's not going to happen automatically. I mean, it's still business as usual right now with TCGPlayer, but there is a good chance that it is going to change. Fees are going to increase. Things will get more expensive. There may be some benefits that people see. Like, I know eBay has this program called the eBay Standard Envelope. I don't know if you all are aware of what that is. But with trading cards over on eBay, they have basically like a little mail service that you can use where you purchase discounted postage from them, and then you not only get discounted postage with them, you basically you purchase the postage from them, you can print it directly onto an envelope, you put your card in there, with like your paperwork or whatever, and then you send it out. And not only do you get the discounted postage, but you also get tracking with it. It's a very specific type of tracking. It's not like a regular USPS tracking number, but it does offer some tracking and stuff. So that, I guess, is a good thing. But the only thing that kind of doesn't, the reason that sort of thing doesn't appeal to me is simply because I use a service called Easy Post that does the exact same thing. So yeah, that's exact same thing, man. I can see you guys are insanely interested in this. Everybody's like, what the hell is he talking about? Start your own trading card store. Dude, is not that easy. That's like one of my dreams at this point, is to actually start. Either I kind of want to do a physical card store, but I know it's extraordinarily difficult to survive. As far as doing one online, I could make one in a day if I really, really wanted to, but there's a lot of different things that you really have to take into account. You have to take into account taxation. You also have to take into account, do you want to do international orders? How much is going to be your shipping fees? Lots of different stuff that you kind of have to take into account. As far as building one, there are already templates out there that you can follow. Like, there's a company out there called Shopify that you can go, and I think it's for like a basic store, I think it's like $29 a month, and they basically give you everything that you need to get started. But if you wanted to go the free route, there's basically an add-on for WordPress called WooCommerce, which is 100% free. And all things considered, it's actually pretty good. It's not bad. But again, you have to kind of weigh the pros and the cons of that, because again, if you're going to have your own store, that means you need to make sure that your website is up and available at all times, because you've got to continue making your sales. So lots of pros and cons to that. I actually thought about, no joke, just for laughs, because I've been looking for a place to offload all of these LOL surprise dance-off cards. I'm sure you all saw the video from the other day. I bought some more of those LOL dance-off surprise cards. You know, the ones with the little chibi characters and that weird game that's for like children. I bought more of those because they were $1 a pack. And I was thinking, I've been looking for a place to try and sell them. TCGPlayer doesn't have any listings for them. Yes, dance off. And really nobody out there supports the game at all as far as like a trading card game marketplace. Nobody supports it. So I was like, maybe just for laughs, I should make a store, and that would be like my only product line. Like, no joke. I'll be like, this is your one-stop shop for LOL surprise dance-off cards. I thought about that. I think it would be kind of funny, but the funny thing about it is, I wanted to, I could like do it as a joke at first, but then later, if I wanted to, I could always expand my offerings. I could add like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. Or one other thing I was looking of doing is starting a site with a store that sells only dead card games, like card games that just don't, they don't get supported anymore. They don't get new cards. So I would have a place to sell all like my Star Trek cards, all my Versus system cards. What do you mean Powtown? What is Powtown? I've never heard of Powtown. What is Powtown? Now I have to go. Are you sure Powtown? Or do you mean Powtoon? Powtoon is a video maker. Yeah, Powtoon is a software company. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's a they make video software. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Because I see okay, yeah, Powtoon. I don't see anything for. Oh, let me see. Shows for Pow Town. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Pow Town, head of chaos, chief of mental fitness. What is this? Dance like never. What is? Okay, yeah, I'm not. I don't get what you're referring to. Oh, that's Po Town. Po Town only does that. That's all they do. They only sell codes. They don't do physical cards. As far as I know, Po Town only does the codes. And they don't have a marketplace. Yeah, they are the only seller. It is their store. Oh, speaking of which, there is a store. Well, not really a store, but a marketplace. I actually talked to the owner. He's actually a really nice guy from Germany. And he owns a website called, oh gosh, what's it called again? Hold on, I have it here. He has his own Discord and everything too. Oh, here we go. mtgstand.com. Here, I'll actually put that in there. It's mtgstand.com. There you go. Yeah, that's his website. I've talked to him several times. And really nice guy. Like I said, he's from Germany. And he says that he built that website all on his own, like completely on his own. And I was asking him about it. You've heard of that place? Yeah, he's still pretty new. He's still pretty small too, but he says he's not really in it to make money. He says he does it just because he enjoys it. He says in fact, his words, he said that it's more of a passion project for him. It's just something that he likes to continue doing and working on and stuff. And I talked to him about it, and I said, yeah, that whole thing with eBay and TCGPlayer, some of us are a little worried. And he was like, well, if you wanted to, you could do a site like that too. And I was, he and I were going back and forth like that. And I was like, well, I don't really have the skill set to really produce a website from scratch like he did, as far as writing the scripts and all that stuff. And I asked him how long it took him to write all the scripts and stuff for his website, because the website operates really well. I mean, there are a few bugs here and there that he still has to work out, but for the most part, it works really, really well. And he was like, yeah, it took me like at least 2,000 hours just doing the coding. I was like, geez, that's a lot of time, man. So yeah, he really likes it. He really gets into it. In fact, here, let me go to his website right now, mtgstand.com. Like I said, he's based out of Germany, but he allows sellers from basically all over. But yeah, he concentrates on Magic the Gathering. He doesn't have any other games that he has listings for, just Magic the Gathering. But yeah, so as you can see here, it's pretty small. The shelves of 2,269 MTG market stands that generated 644 deals and 1,497 messages. See, it's still a pretty new site, pretty small. The one thing that I actually commended him for big time is he has an MTG Card Scanner. Basically meaning that if you've got like a webcam or something hooked up to your computer, you can scan the card. Here it is right here. You can scan the card and it will immediately find the correct listing and set and everything for it. And I'm like, that's cool. And the interesting thing, I talked to him about this too. I said, TCGPlayer has something like that too. But the bad thing about their offering is that you have to go into their quote unquote, their pro level service to get access to it, which I think is dumb. But he has it right here. He's like, yeah, it's not that hard to program. He's like, it's there. You can use it. You can scan it. You can use it as much as you want. I was like, awesome. So yeah. We don't do we don't have here. But yeah, this is his website. Like I said, pretty cool dude. He's got his own Discord. In fact, there it is right here. Well, there's Discord bot and all this other stuff here that you can check out. And he's even got an API which people can use if they wanted to. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, he was able to build this all on his own, just one dude. I was like, that's some dedication right there, man. He must really, really like this stuff. So yeah. And like I said, it's not super fancy. It's not a super fancy website, but it's solid. It's functional. He's even got like little guides and stuff on how to use the website. He's got an info board, card values, features, and here are the various sets. Then you can card name, product name, offers, all this different stuff here. And then of course it lets you choose where in the world you're from, seller location. Like if you want to shop, like say for instance, if you're in the EU and you only want to buy from a country that is like within the EU, just so you get your cards faster or whatnot, you can do that. So yeah, I mean, like someone like me, obviously I would choose the United States, but if you're, close to Germany, then you'd probably choose, either Germany itself or just another country that's relatively close to Germany. Yeah. You got Canada here, you got Japan here. Is that, I apologize, I don't know all of the various flags from all the various European countries. I know Britain, there's Britain, see there's EU right there, the EU flag, but then there's some other ones here too. Look, wow, is that China? I didn't know he did China too. Oh, okay. Oh, you got Australia here. Japan. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of different countries. I believe Germany, these are Germany and Belgium. I can never tell which one is which. I think Germany is the sideways one, right? And then the up and down one is the Belgium one? I can never remember which is which. Was planning to buy an alpha booster box of magic cards, but I don't know how much it would be. Dude. At this point, there really are no sealed alpha booster boxes. There aren't. They just don't exist anymore. And if they did, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Am I right? Okay, I'm kind of posing that to Moni because I know he's over in the EU. But yeah, I think, like I said, this is Germany and this is Belgium. Okay. But yeah, all these various different countries there. Oh, they even got Korea. Just saw Korea there. Okay. Oh, New Zealand. So yeah, again, you can choose any of the countries where you want your seller to be from. Now, of course, again, his offerings are very small right now because it is a newer site and it is a much smaller community. But there are a handful of people that do use his website. Search term needs to be a link to 4 characters. Okay, let's see. I want to check out a Black Lotus that's located in America. Is anybody selling it? There is one seller of a Black Lotus here in the States. It's a collector's edition. Okay. This little thing right here where the card pops up like that, I love that feature. It's so cool, man. I love that you just hover above the card name and boom, there it is. The only thing that I'm kind of about is that you'll notice that right there is a black border Lotus. However, the actual edition that's being sold is the collector's edition, which does not look like this. The collector's edition has pointed corners. So it's not quite perfect, but it at least gives you an idea of what it is you're buying. So I like that. But yeah, here's the value, price, near mint, and seller, and all that stuff. And then, of course, you can click on the seller. They'll give you some information. Of course, a lot of people have... Is this the only card he's selling? Oh, no, he's got some other stuff here. Oh, wow. He actually has quite a few cards. Cards per page. Let's see. Let's do 120. Okay, yeah, this guy actually has quite a good amount of cards here. Some of them he has actual pictures for. Oh, foil. Oh, okay, I see what that's for. Okay, gotcha. But that's kind of neat. So you can actually choose language, rarities, various colors, value ranges, minimum quantity is also nice, and foil. See, I think he does an excellent job doing this. Yeah, it just looks really, really good. So he has 1,880 different cards for sale. So this guy, he's trying. He put his stuff up there, but again, it's just that the website is so small. It's hard to get sales, But the thing is, not only do they do sales, but from what I understand, they also, like this, they let you do buy lists, and they also let you do trades, or they let you organize trades. which I wouldn't do trades myself. I would only stick to sales, but yeah, still pretty neat. That looks funny. Let me see, what other card name is there? Time Walk. Oops. Time Walk. So we got... Oh, look, same guy. He is Time Walk. Yeah, there's simply just not a lot of sellers. But there are a few. Again, I'm looking only in the US. I wonder if I could look worldwide. Is there an option to do worldwide? I have no idea if that... Yeah, because if I could do worldwide, that would actually be kind of neat. Here, let me do Germany. Let's see, Time Walk. Okay, no German sellers. But buy something, support his site. As far as I know, I don't believe he gets any money from this. Yeah, he doesn't get any money from these, from sales. As far as I know, he himself does not sell cards here, so you're not competing against the owner, and he does not take a percentage of the money that you make if you do a sale here, which is really nice. Can you imagine that? You can go, if you go here and you do sales, the only thing you have to worry about is the PayPal fee, which is, again, when you cut out a seller fee, the PayPal fee, depending on the service level you have with PayPal, I think is like 2.5% plus 30 cents. So that's very manageable. So if you sell a card for $100, you're paying PayPal $2.50 plus 30 cents, so $2.80, and that's it. That's the fee. So, yeah, as far as I know, there are no fees. Privacy policy, general terms, conditions of use. Oh, and here's the contact right there. Let me see. Yeah, as far as I know, he does not have fees. Here you go. The provider of this internet appearance provides free use of the website that is designed for the exchange of trading cards that belong to the trading card game Magic the Gathering. So there you go. He has no fees. Oh, here's the guy. Yeah, Pascal. That's him. Like I said, nice dude. Real cool. Knows his stuff. He's obviously very good at programming. Because I sure as heck couldn't build a site like this from the ground up. I wish I could, because he had mentioned the script, and I was like, really, do you have like a GitHub website or something? Because I thought maybe he was just making the script available. And he's like, a GitHub? I go, yeah, for the script. And he's like, oh, no, I don't do any of that. He's all, this thing took me 2,000 hours to make. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I won't be asking for it for free then, forget it. Yeah, you don't just ask for something for free for, you know, a project that this guy dumped 2,000 hours in. Yeah, and I of course, I just don't have the money to pay him to actually license it if there was anything like that going. And see how his quality is when it's delivered? Again, he doesn't sell cards. Look, the person, this guy, Pascal, he just owns the website. Okay? The people that you see buying and selling cards here, they aren't him. They are individual sellers from all over the world. Yeah, he actually doesn't fill any of these orders. This is just his website. This is his marketplace. So as far, like I said, as far as I know, he doesn't buy. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably buys, but I don't know if he actually sells cards here. All these other people, these are just individuals. Let me think of let's see, what's a newer card that I can look for? Oh, here we go. No, not Godless Shrine. Oh, here we go. Book of Exalted Deeds. How many sellers? Oh, only one seller. Yeah, Death Corona Nerd. Okay, yeah, this guy's from the US also. But again, yeah, this is just an individual. Oh, look, and he actually has some sales. So there you go. He's five stars from 6 sales. Oh, minimum order. That's another cool thing I love about this. Look at what he does here. He allows you to program in a set minimum order amount. You have no idea how long I've been asking TCGPlayer for that. Just a minimum order. I even told him, I said, dude, even if it's like 50 cents for minimum order, that would be amazing. But they're like, nah, we're not going to do that. I'm like, please, man. minimum order because it's so dumb when I have to fill an order for somebody who buys 2 cards and it's like the total of the order is 2 cents. It's like, come on, man. Make it worth my time. But no, TCGPlayer doesn't want to do that, which I think is stupid. But yeah, that's awesome. You can set your minimum order amount here. Like if I were to ever do anything like this, I would definitely put minimum order. I'd be like, minimum order is like 50 cents. You're eating a cinnamon coffee cake? Smash your face into it. You're like, no. Anyway. But yeah, that's MTG stand. Let's move on, because I've been on this subject for like 45 minutes now. Okay, let's see. Oh, for Pokemon people, claim free new gold version Pokemon TCG Online card if you hurry. That's right. I don't even really have to tell you what this is, but basically here's the code. If you play Pokemon TCG Online, I'll put this over in chat. I don't think any of you guys that are on here right now actually play. I just found this morning. and it's limited to 100,000 redemptions, and it actually ends on the 29th. So I logged in and I was like, I may not get this, but sure enough I did. And it gives you a full art. Really? That's it? You're not even showing the full art? Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, it gives you a full art Path to the Peak gold edition, which is really nice. So yeah, there you go. Worlds 22 London. Put that into the little redeem thing, and there you go. So I just wanted to mention that. I think did I tweet that out earlier? I think I did. Oh, well, that's right. I put it in Discord. So just in case you didn't see it in Discord, now you can go back and claim it if you want. And Path to the Peak is actually a very usable card. So, good. Speaking of Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Live, the TCG Live preview. And like I was saying a year ago, the T no longer stands for trading. The digital version of the Pokemon trading card game has been long overdue for a facelift. While I still consider Pokemon TCG Online the most rewarding digital TCG, particularly for new players, very true, the presentation is missing a lot of the flash and flow of modern card games. The UI is plain, the avatar system is rudimentary, and it doesn't even work on phones. I don't want it to work on phones. Call me mean, but I don't want it to work on phones. Actually, let me get rid of these ads. Hold on. There we go. I hate those ads so much. Watching you on PS4 and on the phone. Here we go. Interest in the Pokemon TCG has exploded in recent years. Yes, it has. But it's needed a modern digital adaptation for a lot longer. The game is called Pokemon TCG Live, and the beta version is currently available in select countries. I got my first hands-on experience with the new and improved TCG client at the Pokemon World Championships this past weekend, and while I love the look and feel of the update, there were also some unexpectedly big changes that I'm still coming to terms with, namely the removal of the in-game market for trading cards. I'm looking at you, Pokemon Company. But first, the good news. Pokemon TCG Live plays like a dream. The Pokemon Company has taken a lot of cues from modern CCGs like Magic the Gathering Arena, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and Legends of Runeterra. What is Legends of Runeterra? And has redesigned the game to feel snappy, intuitive, and easy to navigate. Modern Pokemon TCG is a complex game with lots of overlapping rules and conditions, but TCG Live makes it easy to keep track of your turn and all the various moves you can make. I guess. Oh, look at this. We got a video here. Y'all want to watch the video? Here, let's watch the video. This is by Pokemon, so yeah, we should be able to watch this without a problem. Oh, is that it? Really? That was it? I don't want to see about the Pope. That was it? Okay. Hold on. I thought it was going to be longer than that. Wow. Is it just me, or did that look like shh? I can't say it. That looked awful. Seriously, that whole thing looked terrible. And that video was so quick. I want to look for another video. Hold on. Let's see. Pokemon TCG Live. Is there more than just this? Nope, that's the only... Really? Wow, that's the only official one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know they're still working on it, but it still looks like crap. I mean, I get that the current TCG game looks dated, but at least it looks a heck of a lot better. Like, the text that I was seeing in that was just so small. It just looked awful. They're working on poo. Okay. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah, I just don't like the way this looks. Yeah, this... They're doing the same thing that MTG Arena has been doing, making the cards real short like this when they're just sitting on the table like that. I hate that so much. I wish that card games would stop doing that. I mean, I get that they're trying to save space, but it just looks so goofy. Ugh. I just don't like this. I don't get... I mean, why would you put the prize cards there? Why don't you just keep them where they were? I mean, since you're not actually messing with the prize cards all that often, in most cases, you could actually make them... Because, I mean, you're only seeing the backs of the cards. At that point, you could just make them smaller and put them, like, right here. Just so you could say, okay, well, if I'm grabbing a prize card, I'll just click on that or whatever, you know? That just looks... and look at how they did this. The discard pile is over here on the other side of your deck. Again, just keep it where it was. Why would you not do that? This just looks... There's so much wasted space here. I just don't get why they're doing it like this. Like, all this right here, all wasted space. I'm guessing, are they trying to save that, like, for animations or something? Because this feels like there's a ton of wasted space here. It just doesn't look good. Play it again. I don't think I can. I think it moved away from the... Oh, hold on, I got an idea. Oh, that's right, I can refresh it. Hold on. Here, we'll play it again. But it just looks bad. I don't like this. Game rules, you already know that. Yeah, it just looks so cheap. Seriously, it looks really, really cheap. It looks... I hate to say this, but it looks like almost every other mobile game out there. And I am not a fan of mobile games. But think of it this way. I know that, like, say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is a mobile game at its heart. I get that. But it still looks really good on desktop. This does not look like it would look good on desktop. It just doesn't. It just, again, like I said, it feels like there's so much wasted space there. I don't know, man. I'm just very... Seeing this has me worried now. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't know, man. I just don't know if... It just looks so. Like I said, it looks really cheap to me. It looks like Master Duel. Master Duel looks better than this. Master Duel looks far better than this. And even then, I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of how Master Duel looks, but it looks all right. Master Duel is like 10 levels above this. This looks cheap. This looks like the person who put in the lowest bid was able to design and program this game. And I know they're doing it in-house, so that's not true, but but it just looks so bad. I don't know. Maybe I would have to play it before I can really see what's going on there. I mean, like I said, I really don't like what they're doing here with your bench. It just looks so I don't know. There is a crafting system though. Let's see, where's the crafting system? Crafting system was described as a work in progress, and the development team has already run into some issues with it. For one thing, it makes smaller sets like Celebrations extraordinarily valuable, since it's much easier to collect the entire expansion and start farming crystals. It also makes it so that players will essentially need a master set of 4 copies of every card, each in order to start consistently earning crystals. Oh, I see what they mean. This means the bigger expansions are more diluted and therefore costs more. I think I see what he's talking about. Like, so Celebrations only has... How many cards does Celebrations have? It's a small amount. I think it's only like 70-something cards. It's a much smaller set. But I see what they're saying there, is that, like, if you were to open just packs and packs and packs of Celebrations, eventually you would get 4 copies of each of the cards. And if you get duplicates above 4, then it gives you crystals instead. And you use the crystals to then go and start making, whatever cards you want. So you could basically just get a ton of Celebrations packs and just keep getting crystals out of it over and over and over again. So pretty much any smaller set is going to have a much higher benefit to the player. Whereas you wouldn't want to go with a larger set that has 150, 200 cards. You'd much rather go with a small set. So I can see what they're talking about there. Ultimately, the game is completely free to play, which is not something any other digital card game can claim. That's BS. Buying packs to get code cards should still be considered a microtransaction, but there is no way to spend money within TCG Live itself. The Battle Pass, which resets with each new expansion, is completely free, and all the cosmetics have to be earned, not purchased. That will change. I promise you that is going to change. The other big question I have about theme decks is the old PTCGO. The theme decks were a great way to get started, learn how to play, and have a great time battling other players with pre-made decks that were all the same power level. Now that TCG has largely abandoned the theme deck format, TCG Live has introduced a new kind of pre-made deck. When starting the game, every player will have access to 8 decks they can use for free. These decks will get updated regularly with new cards released to keep their power level consistent, but you can't add or remove any of the cards from them. That's stupid. On paper, this sounds like a reasonable replacement for theme decks, maybe even a superior one, considering how quickly theme decks fell behind and became unusable. I have to reserve judgment until I see it for myself, but my only concern is that 8 decks might not be enough to keep the game interesting. Collecting and playing the theme decks in the old game was great if you weren't interested in building your own, but I'm not sure if the new system will hold my attention for very long. That's very true. Because even if the old theme decks eventually gave in to power creep, they were still fun to go back and play. Like, notoriously XY compared to what we have in the modern age is notoriously underpowered in their theme decks. It's still fun to go back, though. It's fun to go back and to mess around with them. Like, if you want to do, like, XY versus XY, in theme decks, that's fun. I love doing that. There's no release date on TCG Live currently, though the team is planning to expand the beta to more countries over time. At this point, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm generally adverse to change, so take that for what it's worth. I wanted to get Pokemon TCG on my phone for so long. It's worth any sacrifice I need to make it to get even if that means the T in TCG no longer stands for trading. Again, I get that the younger people all want mobile games and stuff, but I just... It just looks so stupid. I just don't like it. But like this person, I am reserving judgment until I actually get my hands on it. But as it looks right now, what's going to happen to card code stores? Nothing. They'll still be around. The card codes are not going away. They're still going to be there. Yeah, they will still have value. Like if you open a pack of cards and you get a code from, whatever pack you open, like, I don't know, Fusion Strike or something, you will still be able to enter it into there and get, a pack of cards there. So yeah, the code card stores are not going away. Codes will still be a thing. But I think what may happen is that their sales in some respects may slump a little bit, because think of some of the cards that some people want from especially like the older sets. Like for me, I've been getting a lot of black and white packs, and all those cards from the black and white expansions, or I guess the subsets. At that point, because think of it, if you go to Po Town right now and you find that they have a code card for a pack that from the black and white era, those codes are expensive. Those codes are very expensive. Sometimes they're like $4 or $5, even more sometimes, for just a code, just to get a pack of one of those. But given how this is going to be run now, those codes are going to lose a lot of their value, because they're making it to where, again, it's like Master Duel in a sense, where you have the crafting system, where you can, instead of getting additional cards over 4, you get crystals, which you can then trade to get certain cards from certain sets. So if that is indeed the case, that means that instead of paying $5 or $6 for a code from like Po Town, I could just save up my crystals and purchase individual cards from the various black and white sets. Now, the only way that I see that they could balance that as far as value would be if those older cards cost more crystals. I don't think they'll do that, though, because there's no benefit to the Pokemon Company to do that. It would only benefit the resellers of their codes. That's it. So what do you think Pokemon should change about the gameplay? Nothing. The gameplay is fine. The gameplay itself is fine. What I'm talking about is how the game looks. Like I said, this bench area where it scrunches your cards down, I think it looks terrible. Same thing with the placement of your deck and your discard pile. I think that looks dumb. I think the discard pile should go up here. Same thing with your prize cards. These are your prize cards. It just feels weird having them down there. I know traditionally that is actually where they belong. Because if you look at a game mat from Pokemon that has the little outlines and stuff, that's where your prize cards are usually supposed to go, I believe. In fact, here, let me, let's see. Pokemon play mat. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's generally where your prize cards are. And here, you'll see that you've got your active Pokemon here. Let me see if I can... Oops, no, I didn't want to do that. Can I actually visit the... Let me see. Oh, God, it's Walmart. Go away, I just want to see this. Okay, I don't know if you could see it that clear, because this is kind of a busy sort of game mat. But here's your active Pokemon. Here's your bench. So that's the normal spot. You'll see here, this is your deck area right here, and here's your discard pile. So, putting them like this, whether the deck is here or the deck is there, but just putting them one on top of each other like that seems better to me. And then you've got your prize cards down here, which usually you can just leave them in a pile, or you could kind of fan them out like some people like to do. I know in the online game they've had them here, basically where Mewtwo's face is. And I think that actually works, because again, all this right here is generally wasted space. So to put this right here actually works for me. So the gameplay's fine. Because again, it's going to be just like regular Pokemon, like the regular card game. So yeah, it's fine. It's just that the appearance just looks weird. See how it's different here? Yeah, I just don't like the way they have the deck and the discard pile. Looks really odd. Don't like the prize cards. Don't like the way they scrunch the cards with the bench. And again, they have a lot of wasted space here. You could very easily move this up, like shift this up a little bit, shift this up a little bit, and then move this where you basically your hand, shift that up just a little bit, and then increase the overall size or the visual size of the entire game itself. So instead of them being super tiny like this, they would be a little bit bigger. That would, to make the cards themselves seem bigger basically means zooming in a bit, which I think you can do if you put these in certain positions, but who knows if they're actually going to do that. I wish they would, but... You ready for some lighter news? I'm ready for some lighter news that I can't get mad about. Pikachu tail turned into bad A sword and awesome Pokemon cosplay. That's right. Why does this keep telling me how many things it's blocking? Go away. A fan's new Pokemon cosplay prop has turned Pikachu's tail into an impressive sword. Pikachu is the most iconic Pokemon, and numerous cosplays have reimagined the beloved character over the years. What do I think about the characters? I don't really pay attention to the avatars. I know you're talking about the avatars in the current game versus Pokemon Live. I don't really care about those. That makes no difference to me. Undoubtedly the most famous Pokemon of them all, Pikachu, has been featured in countless fan works. The electric type owes much of its popularity to being featured as Ash's starter Pokemon in the anime, thereby entertaining generations of fans ever since. Pikachu's yellow fur, etc., etc. Okay, now creative Pokemon fan has created a cosplay sword based on the design of Pikachu's tail, with a distinctive yellow thunderbolt shape that becomes brown. I'm sorry. That becomes brown toward the base. Reddit user Pennycoon recently posted an image of the brightly colored weapon to the site, quickly attracting thousands of upvotes from fellow fans. Made of foam like mini cosplay props, the sword sports a red jeweled handle straight out of a fantasy novel. However, returning to the overall Pikachu theme, a pair of distinct black-tipped ears form a kind of backswept handguard. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that thing. That's actually kind of neat. A little goofy, but I mean, it definitely fits the Pikachu theme. That's cool. I'm not really crazy about the handguard. I would much rather put them straight, but I can see why he put them at an angle. Okay. That actually does look pretty cool though. You gotta go. All right. See you later, Hammer. But yep, got the Pikachu ears. You've got your hilt. And you all know why this part of his tail is brown, right? It's because it's right by his butthole. Anyway, there you go. There's the Pikachu sword. Although the image makes it hard to accurately judge scale, Pennycoon has assured fans that the sword is on the large side and it is definitely two-handed as a weapon. Other commenters have noted that the narrow-pointed handguard could pose a risk of injury, especially to the wrist area. But Pennycoon has stated that there has been no such incidents so far. Many have also made jokes about Iron Tail, a move in Pikachu's move pool frequently seen being used in the anime as a real sword. Would be perfect match for the steel type move, and of course the idea of an enormous weapon made from a living creature's tail has drawn parallels between the Pokemon cosplay and the Monster Hunter game. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. I bet that took some time to make. But yeah, that was just supposed to be like a little in-between story. So let's see, what did we have next? Oh, every card in the Pokemon TCG Trick or Trade Halloween set. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I think I've put it in Discord a few times. There is a little Halloween set that's coming out. They're all reprints, so it's nothing really new, but the concept is actually pretty interesting. Upcoming Pokemon TCG Release Trick or Trade Boosters is coming just in time for Halloween, and every card to collect has been revealed. Though the release was set for between September 1 and September 5th in the US and Canada, Pokemon's Halloween TCG sets are already in stores. I've been looking for them, and I've not found one yet. Because of this early release, the cards included in the set are now being revealed. Pokemon released the first TCG set, known as the base set in Japan. Okay, that's just going over old stuff. Let's see. But here we go. The complete Trick or Trade Booster Bundle card set list. 30 cards will be included in the upcoming Pokemon Trick or Trade Booster Bundles. Pikachu, Cubone, Zubat, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Mewtwo, nice, Spinarak, Ariados, Murkrow, Mischievous, and Mismagius, love both of those. Duskull, Dusclops, Dusknoir, Darkrai, Litwick, Lampent, Chandelure, Phantump, Trevenant, Pumpkaboo, Gargeist, Mimikyu, Nickit, Athena, Hatterene, Hatterene, Sinistea, and Poltegeist. Holo cards in the Pokemon's Trick or Trade Booster. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We're getting holo cards, too. So apparently we're getting some holos here. Which are the holos? Oh, Gengar, Mewtwo, Mismagius, Dusknoir, Darkrai, Chandelure, Trevenant, Gargeist, Mimikyu, and Hatterene. I knew Mimikyu was going to be a foil. I didn't know some of these others were going to be. Because the others I had seen before were Gengar, the Mewtwo, and the Mimikyu. I didn't know about the others. But that's pretty cool. And if, in case you all don't know how this actually works, when you buy a pack of these, basically it looks almost like a pack of big, a big giant pack of candy that you would like go into the store and pay like, $10 or something like that for. As far as I know, the retail price for these is about $20. You get, I believe it's 43 card packs in this. So it's actually a pretty decent little value. Now, each pack only has 3 cards. But again, the idea is that it's supposed to be something that you would give out for trick-or-treaters. Like they could, they could come to your door and be like, okay, you can have a piece of candy, or I can give you this pack, this, specialty pack of Pokemon cards. And they get to choose. Well, I want the Pokemon cards. Okay, give them the Pokemon card. If they're like Pokemon fans. That's supposed to be the idea. That's why they're trying to make these inexpensive. And even as it is right now, I think each pack only goes for, if it's $20 each and you get 40 packs, that's what, about 50 cents per pack? That seems very reasonable. And yeah, I don't think any of these cards are going to be super valuable because I'm pretty sure they're printing the living heck out of these. But it's still going to be pretty neat to get. And I still want to get a pack, like a big, 40 pack, whatever. At least one of them, just so I can have them do some openings, kind of see what we get. But again, yeah, it's a smaller set, so we're bound to get all of them. But yeah, last time I checked, I actually did check on TCGPlayer, I think a few days ago, and none of these cards were over $1. None of them. Not even the foils. I think the most expensive one was the Mewtwo, and it was like 50 cents. So they're pretty inexpensive. One bad thing I guess I've seen is that scalpers are already trying to go crazy for these things. People that have found them early. If you go to eBay, there are people selling these things for like $50, $60, $70 when they're only $20 at retail. So yeah, there's definitely some scalping going on, but like I said, from what I understand, they are printing the living heck out of these. So you should be able to find them in stores. Should. Like I said, I haven't found any here locally, and I've been looking. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Definitely want to get some of these and do a video on them. Sounds like it'd be fun. What? What's that look where you're like, yeah? Oh my gosh. Pokemon TCG reveals new card type for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Did you all hear? Because like every new expansion has like a new thing that they do. They have like EX cards or GX cards. Sword and Shield had V cards, V-Star cards, and we had the Giganta, whatever is the Megalomaniac things. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Pokemon Trading Cards officially revealed its new Scarlet and Violet card set, which will feature the return of Pokemon EX cards. These cards were first introduced during the Ruby and Sapphire era of the game and are more powerful than standard Pokemon cards. The new Pokemon EX cards will be available as Basic, Stage 1, and Stage 2 evolutions. Oh, wow. Similar to their first appearances in the game, and will have lower energy costs, which can immediately make an impact on the Pokemon trading card game. Furthermore, it was teased that some EX cards will have additional abilities tied to Terastal, phenomenon? Oh, that's right, where they turn into little crystal things. Okay. Phenomenon found in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video game, Violet card games. Okay, there we go. Full details about the new card mechanics remain unclear, but it's almost certain that it will become the dominant card type in the Pokemon trading card game for the next few years, of course. Pokemon trading card game has made its most powerful cards equivalent to Pokemon utilizing the new battle mechanic in main series Pokemon games. Mega Evolutions, Z Moves, and Dynamax Pokemon, there we go, Dynamax, I forgot what it was called, have all appeared in the Pokemon TCG in some capacity in recent series. Players will likely not see new EX cards enter active gameplay until next year. While Japan will launch its first Scarlet and Violet Pokemon card set in late 2022, other regions won't get the new cards until 2023. In the meantime, players will see the return of Lost Zone mechanic in Lost Origin, a set due for release in 2023. Additionally, players can expect to see one more Sword and Shield card set released in late 2022, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think they already released the name for it. I forget what it's called, but I remember seeing the name. But yeah, there's at least one more for Sword and Shield, which is surprising to me. I thought we were done. Yeah, Sword and Shield's going to get one more expansion. What is it called? Hold on. Let me go over here. It's probably already in TCGPlayer. Let's see, Pokemon. There we go. Lost Origin. Okay, Silver Tempest. That's right. I saw it on Pokemon Center. It's Silver Tempest. And the interesting thing is the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box it has Vulpix on it. Which is kind of strange. It's like, okay, it's Vulpix. Alright, but yeah, I guess that was a little something here. Oh, here's something that some of you might actually be interested in, especially Moni, and if, what's his name, we're ever here anymore, Comrade. Genshin Impact League provides new info on PvP card game mode. Oh yes, the new Genshin Impact League gives us a few gameplay details about the permanent card game that's expected to arrive in version 3.1 of the anime RPG. It's still hard to believe that Hoyoverse is looking to add a whole card game to their popular RPG, but another new Genshin Impact leak is providing even more information that's difficult to overlook. Well-known leaker Miro is back at it again after initially revealing that a Genshin Impact card game would be on the way after the version 3.0 update. At the time, all we knew was that the mode may include PvP and the Battle Pass experience could be earned. This time, they've listed several notable tidbits in a Twitter thread. Miro's leak suggests that the trading card game will bring online matchmaking and have its own weekly commissions to complete. These features are unlocked after reaching level 2 in the card game, and the max level for the card game will reportedly be level 10, at least initially. Each level gained will increase the number of decks that a player can have. What is GMT -4? Dude, I have no idea. I'm reading this. Hold on, let me just hold up the show real quick, and I have no idea, dude. The tweet explains some of the gameplay functions as well. At the beginning of each card game, players will choose their character, and the main objective is to defeat each character that an opponent has one by one. So it seems as though each deck is filled with character-based cards, and the goal is to take them all out. It seems pretty simplified, actually. Player will roll dice at the beginning of each turn to determine how much energy they gain in order to use skills. Oh, wow, so it's going to be very luck-based. Just like in regular combat. Like Pokemon, characters can be switched out, but it'll cost you 1 point of energy to do so. Strangely enough, though, the T in trading card game doesn't apply here as players aren't able to trade cards with one another. Okay, so it's not a TCG, it's a CCG. Miro is often correct with their leaks, but do keep in mind that anything revealed this early is usually subject to change and can be different from what appears down the line. Called Genius Invocation. Well, it's not a TCG, as we just realized. It's a CCG because you can't trade your cards. So yeah, CCG, but still seems interesting. I don't know if this will actually really bring me back to Genshin, but I will at least take a look at it, maybe stream it, just to kind of, you know, not like a long 3-hour stream, but maybe, I don't know. It's been name dropped in game many times. Well, there we go. That's what it's going to be called. I thought that was kind of interesting. That's why I wanted to bring this up. I was hoping it would be a little more fleshed out, but yeah, arrive in version 3. Okay, so in 3.1, so we've still got a little while to go, though. Isn't 3.0 coming out, like, next week or something? Because I've already downloaded the patch. And the patch was huge. It was like 9 gigabytes. So I guess we've got at least 3 months or so before 3.1, at least. Should be interesting. It's already out? Oh, okay. Oh, that's the new region? Oh, I didn't even look. Goes to show how often I log into the game. I logged in the other day just to kind of see what was going on, and that's when I got the patch. 3.1 is in like a... Really? Wow, that's fast. Usually to go from 0.0 to 0.1 is usually like 3 months for most games. Unless there's like a major update they're going to do. Huh. Alright. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel bans 5 cards, limits 4. Yep, the new ban list is out. I'm pretty sure you all already know what's going on here. We're just going to take a look at the cards. Dude, stop telling me how many ads you've blocked. Now forbidden is Destiny Hero Celestial, Imperial Order, that's no surprise there. Number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, True King of All Calamities, and Vanity's Emptiness. This one was expected. What bums... Wait a minute. Imperial Order. Wasn't that one of the free cards? Well, not free cards. But wasn't that one of the pack deals that we got? Where it's like you buy... you get like 10 master packs and then you get like a card? Because I know Solemn Judgment was one. Wasn't Imperial Order another one? Huh. Okay, so Imperial Order's gone. Crossout Designator is now limited. Pot of Prosperity, Fusion Destiny, Prank... Oh, no! They hit Prank Kids! The Meow Meow Moo! No! Not the Prank Kids! Aw, my poor Prank Kids. Semi-limited Altergeist, Multi-Faker, Fire Formation 10 Key, Salamon Great Gazelle. Skill Drain is now at 2. Ooh, okay. And Unlimited Night Assailant. Oh... Yeah, it felt like he shouldn't have been limited in any way. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I know Night Assailant pretty awesome, but at the same time, he gets most of his benefit from the flip. And it's pretty easy to get rid of flip monsters. Celestial, yeah, that dude's pretty strong. I can see why they'd get rid of him. Imperial Order, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm not familiar with Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. I have no idea what that is. Well, Skill Drain for a while was at 1, wasn't it? And I think it's good that they're bringing Skill Drain to 2, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks this, but sometimes your opponent's turn can just take way too long, and if you Skill Drain right away and they can't counter it at that moment, it's like, well. They may have spell cards still, but yeah, all their monster effects are just poof at that point. I've always loved Skill Drain. I remember the old school Skill Drain decks. Skill Drain with Fusilar Dragon. Oh man, that was so cool. You're probably like, what's Fusilar Dragon? Fusilar Dragon was, or is, he's still in the game. Nobody really plays him though. Fusilar Dragon was... I believe he was 7 stars, 2,800 attack, I think 2,000 defense, but you could normal summon him without a tribute, but then his attack and defense would be halved. So instead of a 28 attack, he'd go out with a 1,400 attack. But if you got Skill Drain, you basically get a free summon or normal summon of a monster that is 2,800 attack. So he was a big baddie you could bring out right away. Skill Drain should be interesting. I wonder if I should make a Skill Drain deck. I mean, even at 2... I don't know, because I mean, you have to imagine that with all the backfield control, even with spells, that Skill Drain is going to be hard to keep on the field. I kind of want to log into Master Duel now and just mess with it. just to see what's going on there. But yep, that's the new ban list. This is for Master Duel. This is not for regular. Yeah. Exclusive, a first look at Magic the Gathering's brand new Lotus card. I took a look at this beforehand, and this new Lotus card is actually really good. It's really, really good. It's going to be probably the mana card to get in this set. It's going to be one of those cards that goes in to a lot of decks. Maybe not every deck, but to a lot of them. Dominaria United getting a Seeking Merfolk and a very big mana rock. But here's the Timeless Lotus. It costs 5 to cast, so it does obviously have downsides. So you got a Timeless Lotus, it's 5 to cast. It comes in tapped, but next turn, once you untap it, you can tap it for 1 mana of every color. So you tap this one card, you get 5. That is amazing. But again, it's hard to get it out at first. I'm sure there are ways to cheat it out. I'm gonna have to see how good somebody can build a deck to cheat this card out. It's not a Black Lotus reprint. No, Black Lotus is far better than this. It's not a Black Lotus reprint. Black Lotus is 0, and you bring it out and you can immediately discard it and get 3 mana. That's how Black Lotus works. This one is different. This is an artifact, so it stays on the field. It's a legendary artifact, though, so you have to keep that in mind. But yeah, it costs 5, and it comes in tapped. So that basically means you can't use it the turn you bring it out. So you got to wait a little bit. And what I mean by cheat it out is there are certain decks or certain things that you can do within Magic that you can kind of just get a card out on its own. Usually it doesn't really work for things like this. Usually it works for creatures. But with all the new Magic stuff we've been getting, I wonder if somebody's going to figure out a way to cheat this out. But even if they cheat it out, they can save themselves the 5 mana, which is a lot of mana. But it would still come into play tapped. So regardless of how it enters the battlefield, you're still going to have to wait. Unless you have something going on where you can untap a card. Which some cards do that, but that's a lot of work to do that. But even then, if you put all that aside, yeah, 5 to pay to get it out, enters tapped, but the next turn. This is going to be amazing for multicolor decks. I mean, you could put this really in any deck. Because even if you don't necessarily need any one particular color, it's still mana. So, like, say, for instance, if you wanted to bring this guy out, who is 2 waters and 1, you could still use this for at least 1 of the waters and 1 other, and then you'd still have to tap another water, but still. But yeah, if you get something that's like a monster that has like 5 colorless, and some of them do come out like that, you can use this, tap that, and boom, he's out on the field. And usually something that costs 5 or around that amount is a pretty darn good monster. So yeah, that Timeless Lotus is going to be... And I'm kind of glad now that I skipped Baldur's Gate, because Dominaria United is looking really, really good. It's looking really good. I think I'm definitely going to get some of this stuff. Hey, Chopla. Yeah, that Timeless Lotus is pretty amazing looking. There's the up-close picture. She looks funny. And you got the goblin leading the way. That's pretty funny. In an AUG, you gave me packs. I gave you packs. Have you come to return the packs? Oh, and a Pikachu GX. Pikachu! GX cards are coming back. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I probably gave you some of those starter tins. Well, they're not really starter tins, but I refer to them as starter tins. But yeah, this 5 mana legendary artifact, that's amazing. That's going to be a huge card. I think when this comes out, in fact, I wonder if there's already pricing. Are people already speculating? Let's see, Timeless. Let me see, Magic. Dominaria United. Let me see if there's speculation on cards yet. Oh yeah, that, and they're also doing Phyrexian cards, and Liliana of the Veil's getting reprinted. So yeah, that's this set is looking really good. I'm hoping to get one of the Phyrexian cards. Oh, here we go. Oh wow, that's actually cheaper than I thought. Timeless Lotus right now on pre-sale is $30. I mean, that's still a good price. I mean, if you pull it, hey, that's $30. I was thinking it would be a little more expensive, though. I was thinking it was going to be like 40 or so. Okay. Here, I can actually, let me bring it up over here. You're still a noob. We're all still noobs, sir. Oh, right, Tactical Masters. Yeah, this is that new Yu-Gi-Oh set that just came out. But here's a Dominaria United. Draft booster box, 112. That will come down. I'm gonna wait till this gets down a little bit lower. Same thing with the set boosters. Once this gets down, and it will come down. Once this gets down to about 100, 105, I'm probably gonna get one. I'll probably get one of the fat packs too. Oh, here we go, the bundles. Because I always like getting the bundles because the lands that I get in all of these, they always sell really well, like really, really well. Of all the sets, like I bought a ton of Zendikar Rising. Like I bought, how many boxes of Zendikar Rising did I buy? I think I bought 4 of the bundles. I bought 4 of the regular bundles. I bought 2 of the gift bundles, and then I think I bought either 3 or 4 of the set booster boxes. So I got a ton of Zendikar Rising. And of all the cards in that entire set, all the cards that I pulled, the lands have sold so well. To this day, I still sell Zendikar lands. Even from other sets, the lands always sell. And for good amounts too. I'm not talking like 5 cents. I'm talking like 50 cents, 60 cents. Some of the foil ones go for like $2 or $3. That's why I love getting these bundles, because although you're not really getting a huge amount of value just for the packs that you get, the lands tend to sell really well. Because they give you separate, like basically in the bundle you get 8 set booster packs. You get a dice, which basically a spin down counter. You get a box to keep the cards in, and then you get like 2 separate packs of lands. One of them is non-foil, the other is foil, and those lands always sell really well. They just always do. That's why I like getting these. I hope they do a collector's bundle. The collector's bundles are usually about $10 more, but you get a collector's pack in it. I would love to. Oh my gosh, look at this mountain. Oh, that is pretty. Oh my goodness. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That is nice. Now, this is what I was talking about. Look at this land. $1.80. That is beautiful, dude. Wow. That's a full art. I'm sure there'll be regular art lands. But when you, especially in the set booster boxes, you have a very good chance of getting some of these full art lands. Look at all of them are about the same price. Now, of course, this is all pre-sale, so the prices are going to change, but still, look at that. The swamp, oh my gosh, the island. That island looks awesome. You're going to open a pack and tell me what you get. Okay. Wow. The forest looks, oh, look at this plains. That looks cool. It's got like that stained glass thing going. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. See the regular ones, $1.80, and then you've got your foil ones down here for a little bit more. And again, like I said, this is all pre-sale stuff, so these are probably a little inflated. But even if they come down by like 30 or 40%, that's still good money for those cards. You got no. So you opened the pack and literally nothing came out. Your nothing came out, man. Okay, let's go back to high. Yeah, the draft boosters, that'll come down. That always comes down. Now, they'll come down, but they're not going to come down as much because this is with the price increase. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned this to you all a while back, but MTG was gonna do a price increase. Well, the price increase is here, and what I mean by price increase is the amount that they sell to hobby stores for. It used to be, for a long time, it was, oh gosh, what was it, back in 2019? I think they raised the price to like $86, and now they're like over $90 to a hobby store, which is a lot of money. And then of course, if you see, if the store pays like $90 for a booster box, and they're selling it for 110, still a little bit of profit, but not nearly as much. And these Phyrexian cards look awesome. Look at that. Cheryl Dread the Apocalypse. Phyrexian. Look at that thing. That's a $60 card right there. We can also take a look. I also wanted to take a look, yeah, definitely at the... Yeah, Power of the Elements was the one that came out just a few weeks ago, and Tactical Masters, I believe, is now live? I think, okay, it is live. Yeah, here we go. And look at how much the boxes are. They're cheap. Now, of course, this is a different set. This is more of a specialty set. It's not your standard release, but I kind of want to get one. Actually, probably get a couple of these. Yeah, 55 bucks. That's not bad. And the price has really been coming down a lot. I'm going to check and see if I can get a couple of these. Celestial. Wow, they went hard into this one. Celestial TCG. Look at that. 361 boxes. And this set has collector rares. Or collector's rares. So, yeah, look at that. Droll and Lock. Scapegoat. I kind of want to get the Scapegoat collector's rare. I know I'll just sell it, but it would just be funny to pull it on camera. Cosmic Cyclone, Labyrinth. Yeah, lots of collector's rares in this. Now, of course, they're hard to get, but still. Haven't gotten a super expensive card from any of these in a while. Or at least no collector's rares or Starlight rares or anything. But yeah, the Scapegoat's a nice reprint. Let's see, Trap Trick. Let's see, Ariane the Labyrinth Servant. Wow, even some of these ultra rares are good value. Look at this. There's some good money in this box. $12, $10, $13. Runic Tip, $28. Wow, there's some good stuff in here. I mean, of course, it's a new set, so they're going to be a little expensive right now, but there's some good value here. Wow, look at that. Even the rares are decent prices. 36 cents for your market price. Ultra rare. And then, of course, starts to fall off after that. Lots of bulk stuff down here. Still wouldn't mind getting a couple of these boxes. Droll and Lockbird. Wow, that's only a rare. Oh, okay, cool. That's actually a very easy rare to get then. Or fairly easy. You'll probably get at least a couple in a box. Yeah, that thing's going to sell. But I think that's it. I think we're done. Yeah, we've been streaming for like an hour and 40 minutes. I've kind of gone through all the topics I wanted to go through. The biggest one was really the TCGPlayer thing, which is, I'm still bummed about that. But if anybody wants to give me a $100,000 investment, I will get together with some people and we'll build a new marketplace. I'll call Pascal over in Germany, and we'll see if we can get him under contract to actually build the website for us. that would be pretty awesome. But yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Like I said, I wasn't kidding at all when I said earlier about the LOL dance surprise stuff. Those cards, just building a store just for those. I wasn't kidding. I was thinking I might actually just do it. Because really, what else am I going to do with those cards? They're just sitting here on my desk. Well, some of them are on my desk, others are back on my filming table. But yeah, I've got all these cards, and I mean, they're perfectly good cards. I mean, I'm sure somebody would want them, except for the ones with roller marks on them, but still. Play with them. I don't even know how to play this game. I have no clue how this game works. No clue at all. Yep. We're going to put that right back over here. Oh, in case you guys are wondering what's going on with Amazon and me, It's not bad. I have been doing the affiliate links. You've probably noticed in some of the videos, especially the ones from the last few weeks or the last over the last month or so. I've been putting affiliate links in all those. And of course, if you click on the affiliate link and you actually buy that item, obviously I get a little kickback. How much of a kickback? I have no clue. I'm guessing it's percentage based. But yeah, that's what those little affiliate links are. So if you actually see something that you actually want, you know, and I happen to have an affiliate link for it, yeah, go ahead and buy it. I'll get a little kickback. So I'm trying that. And the cool thing is I am getting clicks for those affiliate links. Like every day I'm getting between, it's kind of a weird number, really. It's sometimes it's as low as 10 and other days it's like 70 or 80 clicks. It's really strange. But yeah, trying to find different avenues of income and to figure, well, you know, I'm, you know, doing a lot of stuff with Amazon anyway. Like I buy a lot of my business stuff from them, things like paper and ink and my printers and all that stuff that all came from Amazon. So I figure, you know, do a review for it, put it on the website. That's another thing that I'm getting more hits on too, is the website is picking up steam, which is nice. It's not like before where I was getting like 1 or 2 hits a day. Now I'm getting like 25, 30 hits a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it really isn't, but it's a lot more than it was. So that's also really nice. Should I buy Digimon? I don't know. I really don't know. Because if I do get into a new game, which game do I want it to be? Do I want to do MetaZoo? Or do I want to do Digimon? I'm talking like the physical card game where I offer it for sale and I do like the openings and stuff. I really don't know. Because as it is right now, I still have a lot of Weiss Schwartz stuff that doesn't really sell very well. The Force of Will stuff, it comes in spurts. That sounds bad. Did you ever get those McDonald's Pokemon cards? No, I didn't even order them this time. In fact, if I wanted to, I actually could. Where's my phone? Hold on. Where's my phone? Where are you? Oh, there it is. Ouch. Okay. I actually, just to do it, just to put an order in, I actually downloaded the McDonald's app. And the thing about McDonald's, and I've had this happen before, where I will put in an order, like back when they were doing the Yu-Gi-Oh card promotions. Do they have any value? Yes, they actually do. The ones that are in the Happy Meals right now are reprints, so they're not like massive value, but they do have value. Over time, they tend to gather a lot of value, a lot of those McDonald's promo cards. What gets me though is that, like, you can go in here and you can select Happy Meal, and it lets you choose like what kind of toy I guess you want for your child, because apparently, you know, allegedly this is supposed to be for a child. But here, I'll actually go through the process here, and it lets you select what you want. Like one of the options here is Pokemon, and there's like some other option. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Here we go. Happy Meal. 4-piece. Here, we'll just say hamburger. Come on. There we go. Hamburger. Okay, more. Oh, select toy. Hold on. What's going on here? Okay, that's fine. Well, now it's... Oh, really? Extra kids fry? Okay, that's weird. Why don't I maybe do that? Okay, select toy. Here we go. It says Pokemon, toddler toy, or no thanks. And what gets me is that, like, the last time that I ordered, when the Pokemon promotion came out, like a year and a half or almost 2 years ago now, I ordered and it had Pokemon as an option, and that's what I selected. But did I get the Pokemon cards? No. And I ordered 4 Happy Meals so that I could get at least 4 packs, you know, something worth putting on film. And so I get the food and everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, I just paid $20 for a bunch of tiny little hamburgers and no cards. So I don't want to go through the whole thing, go and pick up food or have it delivered or whatnot, and then them be like, oh, sorry, yeah, we're out of Pokemon. It's like, come on, man. Can you guarantee that I'm going to get Pokemon? Like, oh, it's one. Oh, what is this? Extra Kids Fry? Why does it want me to do this? Okay, this is weird. Anyway. But yeah, that's my main concern is I don't want to have to go through that all over again. The only good thing that came out of that experience was I ordered it through, it was either DoorDash or Grubhub, one of those delivery services. And I got so annoyed that I didn't get the Pokemon cards that I actually put in a ticket on the order, and I go, yeah, I ordered a bunch of Happy Meals. I wanted the Pokemon cards and they weren't there. What's, what do I do? What's my recourse? And they're like, oh, we'll just refund your whole meal. And I was like, oh, well, I wasn't asking for that, but I'm not going to say no. So I got my money back and I got a bunch of little hamburgers and French fries. So, I mean, I didn't want to do that. I would have still gladly paid for the food. I would have just much rather gotten, the Pokemon cards. Or at least something, maybe a couple bucks off. That's what I was initially thinking. Is that if you don't get a toy or something, I thought, oh, they'll give me like a $2 or $3 credit. The guy's like, no, we'll refund your whole thing. I was like, all right, and it was like with a delivery and everything, it was like $27. So it wasn't cheap. And then I just spent the rest of the day eating McDonald's fries. So, yay! I got French fries. That's some good service. I think the reason they gave it to me because at the time, this was like right before the whole pandemic thing started. But up until that point, because at the time I didn't have a car. Remember, I don't technically own a car. The car I have right now is my sister's car that she didn't want to trade in because she bought herself a new car. But she just kind of offered it to me and said, hey, I'm not going to use this here, just if you need it. So that's the car that I have. But back then in 2020, I didn't have a car. So if I were ever getting stuff like Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever, I had to have it delivered. And so up until that point, I had been using Grubhub a lot, which admittedly started to get pretty expensive. So I'm glad I stopped doing that because it's so strange. It's really easy to get caught in that little loop of having food delivered. You get a little spoiled by it because I figure, if you order in like once, maybe once a week, it's fine. Or even then you should probably maybe only every 2 weeks or maybe once a month as a treat for yourself. But at some point, somewhere along the line, I was ordering like every other day. And then I finally stopped and I'm like, dude, I'm spending like $400 a month on this. I need to stop. It was just getting crazy. So like, ever since then, I purposely went in and I deleted Uber Eats, I deleted Grubhub, and I deleted DoorDash. I deleted all of that from my phone, so I won't even be tempted to use it. It is expensive, and the funny thing is, it's not even the food that's expensive; it's the delivery. Because the food itself is like $10, but then the delivery is like an extra like $8, and then you've got the service fee, which is like $3, and then you have to tip the driver, which is like another $2 or $3. So before you know it, I'm getting like $10 worth of food and I'm paying like $15 in fees. And I'm just like, okay, I can't keep doing that. But the good thing is now that I have this car, if I want to go get like Whataburger or something, I can just drive to go get Whataburger. Which I do occasionally do. I haven't had Whataburger in a little bit. No, I don't want any Whataburger. Anyway, I think I'm done. Oh, Dre was asking what -4 GMT is. Should we tell him? Let's see, -4 GMT. He's in Eastern, right? Convert time zones. Is that, I don't think I did that right. I don't use GMT, so I just really, yeah. So I guess that, oh, okay. So I guess that would be noon? Okay, so -4 I guess is noon, because it says for me it's like, oh no, wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm just, Okay, I am totally lost. I have no idea what this means. Like I said, I have never used GMT. I know what it is, but I have no idea how to actually convert it. I don't know what the offset is. Inactive zone. Yeah, no clue. Sorry, man. Even if I tried to, even if I had a chance to help Dry, I would have no idea what to tell him. Yeah, I don't know what this means. I guess, is that just like a 4-hour difference from... What is it a 4-hour difference from? GMT... Okay, so Greenwich Mean Time, I guess that's like the world time? Is that how... I don't even get how that really works. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with this. I'm going to give myself a headache. Anyways, I'm done. I'm going to go and... I don't know. Probably just sit here and read a book or something. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. It was fun.